Okay, so this is a tutorial for reverse Brent stole. That's what I always call it. The backwards Brent stole. I've seen it called reverse inverted Brent stole, backwards green triangle laceration, all sorts of stuff. But for the reference of the video, I'm gonna just call it reverse Brent stole. Um, and so, of course, you can't land it first try. To give some tips on it, I'm gonna actually kind of show you go through my thought process quickly on Brent Stoll because they're pretty similar of motion, and kind of the tips that I use to learn Brent Stoll I use to learn reverse Brent Stoll. So when I learned Brent Stoll, or at least what I call Brent Stoll, I think it's actually referred to as a green triangle laceration. I think they're different. I don't know. But this is what I do, or this is what I refer to as Brent Stoll. Is this right here. And how I learned that was by doing a wrist whip. If I could ever not have a knot. I did a wrist whip, and I realized one day, if you slide it off your wrist, you basically have a green triangle. And so I kind of implemented that into one motion where I caught the wrist whip and dropped it. And that's how I do my Brent Stoll. So it's basically the same motion as a rip wrist and then drop off the wrist. That's what I do. So that's the same thing that I do in reverse Brent Stoll, is that I do a drop off the wrist like that, and that's basically what I'm doing. So how to do it in one motion? Well, I actually learned one day I was playing around and I did a reverse wrist whip, I guess you could call it, where I did that. And I realized, oh shit, like, that's basically the move for reverse Brent Stoll. Just stick my finger in there or whatever and pull across. So if you can get that down, that'll help you a lot. And how to do that, I mean, basically, you just want to keep your palm up. I know you're left-handed, so your throw hand, palm up. And I have the string towards the outside. It's my right. So I guess with you, it'd be your left. So the string doesn't just like go forward or to the inside. It goes towards the outside of my body, just across my index finger there, or pointer finger there. So that's the setup. And then I just basically pop up and whip it around. And that's the motion for the wrist whip. But for the actual reverse Brent Stoll, you do the same thing, but you kind of catch this slack that forms. So my tip to learn this trick would be this. You take and you get that, it's going to feel kind of awkward, but your arms are going to want to do this at first. But you take and you get your palm up with the string going towards the outside of your body, and then you pop the yo-yo up. And if you can get that slack to form like that, you've pretty much got the trick. So you need to get that slack to form. The second biggest tip I have is keeping this section of string that's close to the yo-yo. It needs to stay on the outside of your hand until you're ready to drop the entire slack into the green triangle. So that's the kind of the awkward part, and why I kind of told you to do this. You need to keep some of that string on the outside of the back of your palm. So when you do it, you just take and you pop it up, and you've got that section that's on the back of your palm. And if you can grab this whip, basically you're coming across and catching this, I call it the back side of the whip, the side that is furthest from where your string connects to your finger and closest to where it actually goes over the yo-yo, connects to the yo-yo. So you basically just get that slack, and you bring your hand under and across, and see how I have it right here on across my knuckles, basically my fingers. That's the part you just roll right off, and it lands right into that triangle. Wrist up, string to the outside. Basically keep your palm up and pop it. Get the slack to form. Bring the slack onto the yo-yo. Slide off your knuckles. Boom, green triangle. And that is reverse Brent Stoll. Not that.